What's going on, everybody? So let's do a little technical analysis. The stock market has been absolutely crazy lately. I mean, if you've been trading and you're a long-term investor holding positions long, you've been really, just spinning your wheels in the mud. Um, this is not what we want to see for the bulls. Okay. So if we just look at what's been going on this past week in the NASDAQ 100, the triple Qs ETF, we put in that low at the beginning of the week on Monday of 334.15. That's pretty much our white line in the sand that I have down here. This low here, I think that if the NASDAQ comes down and tests this low, we might be able to hold it. However, if there's going to be a bigger narrative, like meaning that we're going to go into a deeper bear market, a deeper correction, we're going to lose that 334.15 and then potentially head lower. So with that being said, if you're looking for like a big macro trade to the short side, what you're really waiting for is that break and confirmation of 334.15 to the downside. Now, the problem that we have here, we're having huge swings intraday. Nothing is really holding, longer than an hour, 3 hours, a day. So when you're getting these moves, these pops to the long side, you really need to be careful. And if you are playing the bounces going long, whether you're playing equities or you're playing options, you're going to really need to take that cash flow when you got it, because the market is taking it quickly away from you. So with that being said, I've got some lines, I've got some zones on our chart here. I think that when the market is this volatile, you almost don't even need to play the regular stocks. You can just play the SPY, you can just play the triple Qs, because they're giving you so much range anyways. And stocks aren't going to move if the indexes aren't moving. So as of right now, this whole week, we're in a tight range here. So the range is big enough to catch trades to the long side. It's big enough to catch the moves to the downside. However, we're not going anywhere. We're pretty much in the middle of the range. You can see here what I've got. The red line on the screen is today's low. The green line is today's high. So that's the trading range that we've been in today. That's also the trading range, give or take a few points on the overshoot yesterday, give or take the overshoot to the downwards on Monday. So if we kind of just look at this chart, we're going up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay. So what am I trying to get at here? The point that I'm trying to get at is there's a whole lot of movement going up and down. However, we're really not going any lower and we're really not going any higher. So with that being said, this whole range that we're in here is just a lot of fake outs. Okay. It's a lot of fake outs. It's a lot of people getting stopped out. It's a lot of people entering into trades long and getting faked out. It's a lot of people entering into trades going short and getting faked out. So, you need to be careful. Not saying that you can't trade this market, but here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. And this is the way that it's been playing out. And I hope you guys all pick up what I'm laying down here. Okay. Normally in a regular bull market run, okay, when we come up to the top of the range, right? This is the top of the range. 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 Normally in a bull market, when you come to the top of the range, what you're looking for is a consolidation, a back test, and then the move higher. Okay. So a lot of times when you're playing these stocks long, it's very, very easy in a bull market because the market kind of saves your overall position. With that being said, right now, we're getting these breaks to the top side. They're trying to flag to go move higher. However, the move doesn't hold and it comes crashing all the way back down. So normally in a trending market, this would be, you would go bull up here, breaking the range and back testing to go long. And at the bottom of the range, when you break, you're typically going bear, meaning that you're selling. So as we come to the bottom of the range and we break the range, what you're looking for is a nice flush. Then you're looking for some sort of pullback, and then you're looking for the continued move to the downside. So it's almost inverse right now to where the top of the range, you need to be bear, okay? And the bottom of the range, you need to be bull, okay? So when you're in the middle of the range, you're kind of just sitting on your hands. You're waiting for the break, and then you're waiting for the rejection. you're waiting for the break, and then you're waiting for the rejection. So when we come to the bottom of the range, you want to be adding long positions. When we come to the top of the range, you want to be adding short positions. So that's exactly how we're going to play it. So how I'm looking at this, going back all the way to Monday, we haven't broken out of the range. We haven't shown any continued move to the downside. We haven't shown any continued move to the upside. The way I'm looking at it now is, being that we're back up in the middle of the range here in the after hours and the futures, what I do not want to see is, I do not want to see the futures run all the way back up to the top of the range. If we run back up to the top of the range, this is going to give us no follow through to the top side. Yeah, we might break, run a couple of points. Maybe it lasts an hour, maybe it lasts 2 hours, and then the move's going to quickly get rejected. Okay. So if you're looking to be bull and you're looking to play this breakout, like let's say maybe the short-term bottom is in, do I know if the bottom is in? No. Does anybody know when the bottom is in? Absolutely not. If you're listening to anybody on social media, any YouTuber, any person on StockTwits, any person on Reddit, any person on Twitter that's telling you that this is the bottom to buy the dip, don't listen to them. Just don't. It's like, I can't sit here and tell you that, hey, yeah, we're going to break out over 356. And I can't sit here and tell you, hey, we're going to lose this 334 and continue this correction to get into more of a bear market territory. You just have to play the ranges. So the only problem that's happening is, if you're shorting here and you're longing here, there's going to be an eventual time. Eventually you're going to get to a point in time where, yes, we are going to come up to the top of the range here where you are looking to short. And the next thing you know, this thing is just going to go. Okay. It's going to go and it's going to back test, and then it's going to continue to go. The same thing to the downside. It's going to break one day to the downside. You're going to get short. You're going to think that, hey, this bounce is going to get rejected. And guess what? It's going to break, it's going to hold, and it's going to continue to go. Okay. So, the hard part about trading these ranges is that you are going to get clipped eventually, meaning that if you continuously short at the top and you continuously long at the bottom, there's going to be that time where, hey, the market's getting ready and now we're going to go. Okay, that's it. You're gonna miss this move, and you're gonna end up in a big loss because you're waiting for the continued pullback into the range, and then we're just never gonna get there. Just like you're gonna get to a point where we're going to short, we're gonna have this pop. You're waiting for continued follow through. However, we're not going to continue to follow through, and we're just gonna continue to rip higher. Okay, so that like it's tricky. Okay, it's tricky, but if we continue to trade in a range, it's not what you want to see. The longer we trade sideways, the more probability we have of breaking down. Okay. What we want to see now, okay, and it needs to happen like today, going into tomorrow, which is going to be the 28th of January, or we want to see Monday, Tuesday, the latest. What we want to start seeing now is this move to start to hold. We want to get back over 351, back test, and we want to get above 356, back test, and we want this move to start going, okay? And when we want it to go, we want it to go pretty aggressively, meaning that we don't want to just trade sideways and come up nice and slow and do this and do this and do this and do this, because I have a feeling that once we do come up to this 356, and let's say this takes 1 week, 2 weeks to do this, they're going to pull the market back down. What we need is some sort of violent move up, clear out all this zone, then come back down, back test, hold, and then go. Okay, that's what we want. Or we need to be prepared for the move to violently break down. Okay, we want it to violently break down, bounce back up, hold, and get rejected. You're looking for two scenarios, okay? So it's very hard to say, is this the bottom? It's very hard to say, are we going to break out? What you're looking for is the violent move up or the violent move down. This trading sideways in a range does nobody no good. A lot of people are not making money. Yes, are some day traders making some money out there? Are you seeing some gains being posted? Yeah, but a lot of people are getting chopped up, okay? This is not the majority. This is not an easy environment to trade. Trust me, by any stretch of the means. If you have a trader that's been trading 5, 6, 7, 8 years, 2 years, 1 year, You guys haven't seen this before. And I don't care if you traded through March 2020 pandemic lows. That was a completely different price action cycle than what we're seeing right now. You would have big explosion moves to the downside, and you would get strong rallies here and easy consolidation, and then you would see an easy flush down. What we're seeing right now is just violent moves down, big bounces up, violent moves down, big bounces up. Looks like we're going to break out, violent move back down into the range, big bounce up intraday, violent move down, big bounce up intraday. So you're really not going anywhere. So this is a very, very tough environment. It's a very extremely tough environment. So the point that I'm getting at here is what I'm going to anticipate is that this potentially could be a short-term bottom. Okay. Now, what's going to invalidate that is if we get a violent move to the downside. If we do come up to the top of the range and we get rejected and we get a violent move to the downside and lose 334, we are going bear. Okay. We're going bear. And that's how I'm going to look to play the market. I will look to short every single pop, and I really will not be playing any of the bounces. I will just be waiting for the bounces to be confirmed and rejected, and then playing that move to the downside. Now, if we get a violent move up and we kind of get back over 356, close and hold, and then we do pull back maybe even into the 350 to 356 zone, and we consolidate and hold, I will be looking to go long. Okay. And I think that that's a time, 351, 356 on the hold is when we can kind of start loading up our positions. But until we get that, you just need to stay extremely patient. Okay. So the way that it's working right now is we are shorting here and we are longing here. That's just the way that it is. The levels on my chart that I have, we are going long between 337 and 340, and we are going short between 351 and 356. Until we break 356 or we lose 334, we really are not going anywhere. So 334 is down, 356 is potentially higher. Those are the only levels that you need to be worrying about. If you don't feel comfortable day trading or you don't feel comfortable with this type of price action, then just sit on your hands and wait until we confirm down, bear, or up, bull. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Now, is there opportunities for some scalps? Of course. If we lose today's lows, which is going to be yesterday's lows if you're watching this video on the 28th, if we lose 340, yes, we have potential down to 337. If we lose 337, potentially we can come back and backtest 334. To the long side, if we get over 351, potentially we can run to 356. Everything else in between is pretty much noise. Now you can take a chance in going long around 340, and you can take a chance going short around 351. Just understand that you are playing from 351 probably into 344, 345, and if you're playing 340, you're also playing to 344, 345. So you're playing it right back to the middle of the range. You're not playing long here, holding it all the way up here, and you're not going long up here, playing it all the way down here. You're only playing from the top to the middle and the bottom to the middle. That's it. So being that where we closed and where we're trading at in an after-hour session, we're completely in the middle of the range. So it's very, very hard to say as of right now, hey, yeah, go long, hey, go short. You can't do that because we don't know which way we're going. It's not until we get to 351 where we can take an opportunity to short this stock or short this ETF or short the market. And it's not until we get down here to 340 where we can take an opportunity and a stab at trying to long this market back into the middle of the range. Until we get that violent move up over 356 or the violent move and flush through 334 is when we can start looking at a bigger, outlook. We get the flush. The bigger outlook is, hey, we're going to let this go ahead and dip, do its thing. We'll take our short position here. And we just know that as long as we hold 334, then that was going to be continued down selling. Just like we know if we break to the top side here at 356, we know that if we get some sort of pullback into the 355, then potentially we want this to hold and we want to get long going again. So that's my analysis. That's my opinion, guys. take what you want out of this video. If you guys want me to do any technical analysis on any particular stock, drop that in the comment section. Also join my Discord. That link is down in the description box below. Do me a huge favor, give me a thumbs up on this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys all on the next video.